Hey, listen, I just had a download as I was driving. So I was thinking about my person because they just popped in my head as usual. And Cinderella popped in my head. You guys remember when Cinderella went to the ball, right? And Cinderella had to leave the ball before the clock strike 12, or she was going to turn back into the dusty person, the little maid, the whatever, back into the person with the rags on, and she was a slave for her sisters and her stepsisters and her godmother. And as I was driving, God brought that to me. So one day, I seen my person. Then my person had to leave. It was almost just like Cinderella. It was like they was just running off. They was running away, and I felt when you're in this divine counterpart, kingdom spouse, twin flames, whatever y'all want to call it, when you're in that situation or dynamic, you feel everything deeply. So when my person left that day, I knew that they were going to act weird. They were going to act strange. I knew that they were going to pull away because of everything that they were feeling so deeply, right? And so as I was driving, I had this vision of like how Cinderella ran off. Cinderella ran off because not because she didn't like the prince, but because Cinderella had to get back to the sisters and get back to the house so they wouldn't even know she was gone, get back to the place where she was used to. And she was told to get back to that place before they found out. Okay, so I thought about how she left her shoe behind, right? And as Cinderella left her shoe behind, the prince got her shoe, and the prince was adamant about finding this woman that he met at the ball, because she just did something to him. He felt something so beautiful with her. He knew that she was his wife, right? And so when you meet your divine counterpart, your husband, your wife, your other half, you know that that's your person, right? And so that's how this kingdom spouse, twin flame stuff is going. You know that your person is your person, right? He took that shoe and he went all over the kingdom looking for his other half, his wife, right? And so it just came to me as I was driving, and he didn't give up. A lot of people wanted to be his wife. They wanted to be his divine counterpart, but they were not his divine counterpart. Everybody tried to push their foot in that shoe. They tried to make it them, and it wasn't them. Even those evil stepsisters, they wanted it to be them. Their foot was too big. Other people, their foot was too wide. And when you meet your divine counterpart, when you meet your kingdom spouse, nobody's going to be able to fit their shoes until you find them again, until you're able to come into a divine union. And I know everybody's journey is different on this kingdom spouse, twin flame, whatever you want to call it stuff, but I'm just giving you guys my experience, my downloads, because you don't have to agree with me, because it's so different for everyone. But once the prince found Cinderella, it was undeniable that it was Cinderella. It was undeniable that she would be his wife and he would be her husband. And so as I was driving, I just seen the vision of how my person just kind of ran off one day. Like they was like, I just have to go, because they was feeling too much. They were overwhelmed. I could see in their face, they were overwhelmed with what they was feeling. They were overwhelmed with the love that they felt. They were overwhelmed with the emotion that they felt. And that's why they had to run away. They didn't understand it. And actually, they didn't want to feel it, because when you are in relationship with somebody else, and then God sends in these kingdom spouses, and God sends in these twin flames, whatever you want to call them, you don't want to be bothered with that, because who wants to be bothered with that? Because it's too much. But when your heart and your soul is calling you to a person, it's a different kind of love. It's a different kind of feeling. It's something that is so unexplainable. You've never felt this before. And it does not go away. Like it may calm down a little bit, but because you feel deep within your heart and your soul for this person, it's your soul calling the person. You don't want to bother the person. You don't want to bother their life. You don't want to feel this love that you're feeling. But it is your soul that is calling for this person. And we got all these Kingdom Spouse Twin Flame talks on here. Go with what your heart and your soul is calling you to do, because God has given us the Beauty and the Beast downloads. God has given us the Cinderella downloads. This is not stuff that we're making up. And before I even met my divine counterpart, I was at work like 4 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe, no, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and God gave me the download of Cinderella as me being the Cinderella with some friends that I had, and they were showing up as the two evil stepsisters because they were demonic narcissists. And so God has given us all these downloads for a reason. Go with what your heart tells you. Go with what your soul tells you. Go with what, first of all, with what God tells you about your divine counterpart, your kingdom spouse, your twin flame. Go with that. Don't listen to all these people on here. Everybody think they have the answer. You go to the Most High for yourself. And so I just wanted to kind of give y'all that download that came to me. You know, your person run off from you. Your person is afraid of that type of love. Your person is afraid of what they're feeling, and they're avoiding what they're feeling. And sometimes you do the same thing, because you guys are big old mirrors. Like if they're avoiding in some type of way, you are avoiding. If they're lying in some type of way, you are lying to yourself about something. And so as you grow in this journey, because it does not go away. For me, it's been 2 years, and it just has not went away from my heart ever. It's still the first thing in my mind in the morning, the last thing on my brain at night, and it does not go away. And I didn't ask for this, but I did, because we learned that we signed these divine contracts with these people to help elevate the world, help push the world into the new earth, and show you guys that everything is more spiritual than physical in the first place. I hope I'm making sense. But yeah, Cinderella download. I hope I help somebody today, because sometimes it just comes to me and I'll just talk what I'm supposed to do. All right, you guys be encouraged. Cinderella. Why Cinderella ran off? Cinderella had to go back to where she was at, because that's where she knew that she was supposed to be, because the fairy god people that came in told her, you got to come back here before your family finds out. And that's where your person had to go back to the person that they were at, until it was time for them to be found again and fit that slipper. And I hope I got the download right, God, because this is strange. Never have done this before, but when you're on this journey, you got to do what your soul calls you to do. All right, Cinderella, you guys have a beautiful, awesome, wonderful July 3rd. All right.